Hey everyone, it is I, the working author, after a long hiatus that I'd like to call um, just not having enough time to make videos. Mostly also due to the fact that we just got a new dog. And yeah, but Santa Claus, aka my mom, came by with a present for Christmas, and it's actually really cool. It's called the Motion Thesaurus. Thesaurus. Man, that's really hard to say. The Emotion Thesaurus. It's actually really interesting. I was looking through it, and basically every entry consists of the word, a definition of said emotion, physical signals and behaviors, internal sensations, mental responses, acute or long-term responses for this emotion, signs this emotion is being suppressed, may escalate to, may de-escalate to, and then associated power verbs. So very powerful workbook, and just even like looking through it is just really impressive that someone actually sat down and did all this work for you. So I highly recommend it, The Emotion Thesaurus, A Writer's Guide to Character Expression, 2nd edition, by Angela Ackerman and Becca Puglisi. I'm sorry if I totally butchered that name. Anyways, so like everything that I do, I wanted to create a game about the worksheet and the different things you can do inside of it. What I decided to do was create a new series called 5 in 5. That's where I use a random number generator to randomly select a word to start with, and then either escalate or de-escalate to various different emotions. As luck would have it, I I mostly rolled de-escalation points. As you can see here, I started with originally rolling a 1 through 26 via Google's random number generator. We got a Q, no Q words, in the book itself. However, I just chose the border between P and R, and then basically chose with which one I would either go for, either above and below. I ended up with pride to start as my emotion, and then I rolled between 1 and 2, so 50-50 chance for either to escalate or de-escalate. And we did basically all de-escalations, from pride to uncertainty, to acceptance, to reluctance, finally to relief. So in light of this story, I wanted to write as much as I could and cover this progression of emotions in under 5 minutes, hence 5 and 5. I am reluctant that I'll be able to finish this. However, it's all an experiment. So anyways, let's do it to it. I have my handy dandy timer via Google, and we are going to attempt to cover all these emotions in under 5 minutes and write a little story about it. So let's see what we got. So definitely is not easy to write a story, at least a reasonably fleshed out one under 5 minutes. However, I think we got, pretty good. And in many ways, the self-imposed restrictions like a timer, things like that, are really just to kind of light a fire underneath you, to kind of get you, kind of rattle you and bring you forward into the moment, But in 5 minutes, we did a pretty decent job. We wrote a small micro narrative, basically taking us through the moments, the moment by moment crisis of Father Jim, the death of his son, and his journey basically to recovery and accepting that loss and that crisis of faith that he undergoes. So let's read it, and we will see how it sounds. It's always good to read something after you write it, because I always think the best stuff is the stuff that sounds good when you read it out loud. So that's just me, though. Father Jim was the exception to the rule. He became a priest later in life, after a failed marriage nearly broke him. He had a son, who he took great pride in raising, showing him the path to good in all things. Father Jim experienced a reversal in fortune, like most of his heroes from the scriptures, however, when his son died in a hit-and-run accident. It was only 2 weeks before Christmas. He knew nothing was certain in the following weeks, indulging in drinking, barely sober enough to stand for Mass. A widow challenged him in his grief, moving him with the very words of encouragement he had told her when her husband had passed. Father Jim shaved his beard and stood before Mass the following week before his flock with reluctance, and yet, to his surprise and profound relief, they accepted his renewal. So, not bad. We have a full character arc in just 5 words. So, not bad. I always promise I'll do more videos. However, life happens. So, let's see if we can try to do more of these now that I kind of have a, little bit more stability now. So, anyways, that is it for me. Thank you all for attending this mini workshop. I like to call it 5 and 5. 5 emotions in 5 minutes. So, happy writing, everyone, and I will see you later. Thanks.